Okay, today I'm going to explain how to call the APIs, how to call the in the APIs, how to access the data from the APIs, how to data post the data from the APIs to the APIs. So you know, right? So while development, what will happen? So backend developer will provide the APIs. So we need to integrate those APIs, right? So to integrate the APIs into React application, what methods we have? I will explain for that one. Uh, For example, so what is the React is used for the single page application, right? So what is the single page application? Anyone? A single page application? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I
Oh,
was speaking
mm.
in the mute.
Single.
So, single page application is nothing but like it's a web application that loads in a single HTML page.
So
And
so is in the React in single page application, every time the page will load, every time page will load, or what will happen?
it's load only once, and when if any data changes happens, then only the particular component or particular particular page will be re-renders, and the
Right.
rest of the application will be there in the same way.
So initially, what will happen when the first time page load along with the data will come, right? First step.
Yeah, yes.
Second time,
Yeah.
how will get the data from the server in the single page application? How will get the data?
We'll get by using lazy. I mean, like virtual DOM.
No, virtual DOM is different. Virtual DOM is it will memorizing the UAFMs. I'm asking
Yeah.
about how to get the data from the server from the API calls. So generally, when page load from the server, will get the data plus and view. But in the
Mm.
single page application, we will not reload the page. But how will call the data from the server? How will get data from the server?
API call.
API call. So how will call API? So there is a concept called without page refreshing. If you want to get the data from the server, we need to use the Ajax calls. Okay, this is the previously
Okay.
using
Okay.
Ajax calls. That is called asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So what we'll have is without page refreshing, if you want to get the data from the server, we need to call those API calls using the Ajax. Okay. Now, integrating our API calls into our React or single page applications in React or Angular, that means we need to how to call the Ajax calls. That means how to call the APIs. Okay. So in React to call the Ajax call means to get the data from the server to APIs, we have the two methods. One is the fetch. Fetch is the JavaScript method, not the React method. One is the fetch only. One is the fetch. So the fetch is the method to for the Ajax calls. That means to get the data from the API calls. I mean, not only get the data to post the data, anything fetch. But in React, there is one more type third party library. That is the Axios. So most of the people using the Axios. Why using not the fetch? Why use the Axios means for the code friendly purpose. In the Axios, we can easily configure our headers. We can easily configure tokens, everything. Okay. So first I will show the how to get the call the API using the fetch. Then after that I will show the how to using the Axios. Okay. So before that one, we will need to know some concept of the promise. What is the promise? What is the promise in JavaScript?
It returns a promise.
Yeah. What is the use of promise in JavaScript generally? Generally, the most important questions. So what is the promise? What is why you using the promise in JavaScript? Okay, I will give you some
Uh,
brief. Yeah. Any idea?
so actually, promise in a JavaScript is like when eventually it syncs the operations and it gives a results of the value like promise. If it is a failure, it will have some. we'll be getting something, and if we have I mean, acceptance successful, then it will be, we'll be getting different.
Yeah,
Like it's
that you are telling how the what are the promise returning, what the promise we
yeah.
return. The
Mhm.
question in interview will ask what is the promise, why use the promise. Okay, for that question we need to answer like that, why use the promise. So JavaScript is a single thread application, is a synchronous operation. Synchronous, we have the two types of operation: synchronous, asynchronous. What is synchronous, what is asynchronous?
Uh, so synchronous and asynchronous.
Okay, synchronous is one after the other. Asynchronous
Mm.
is simultaneously. Okay, for example, we have the hotel. Okay, we enter restaurant. So waiter take the orders from the each customer. Okay, if the waiter supply the orders one after the other, for example, the three customers came to A, B, C customer, A customer, B customer, C customer. Waiter came, take the order from A, uh, and then after A order completed, then he will go to the B customer. Once B complete, then he will go to the C customer. This is called a synchronous, one after the other. But generally, what will happen? He will take the at a time. He will take the other from A. He will take the other from the B customer. He will take the other from the C customer. Okay. So and give the orders to the kitchen. So kitchen is making. Once the kitchen who order is ready, then he give the particular customers. So what happen is here multiple orders, multiple requests he is processing at a time. This is called asynchronous. Simultaneously he is processing. Okay, but synchronous one after the other. Okay, so for example, let's say we have the A customer, B customer, C customer. He take the order from A and given the kitchen. Take the meanwhile he take the order from B, given the kitchen. He take the order from C, given to the kitchen. He is not waiting for to complete the completion of the order of the A. He simultaneously do. Once the B customer kitchen chef is said, yeah, the that is ready, the order from the B is ready. The waiter take the order, give to the B. For example, the other you say sometimes so actually what we think, so I take the first order from the A, so then the order will be ready first the A and then B, not like that. For example, A order given the idli, B order given the dosa. Let's say B customer given the order the dosa. C as the customer giving the some puri. Okay, he giving the kitchen. Okay, which order will come first generally? A order dosa, B order idli, C order puri. Okay, so generally they will not go to line by line. Like first we need to do dosa, first we need, then we need to first A give, so A person give the order, so we need to give the A person first, like not like that. So how they serve, which will become first, they will serve, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
so for example, A given the dosa, B given the idli, C given the puri, which will be ready first?
First idli will be getting served.
So then he'll give the B. He will not. He's not doing priority, right? One is the
Right.
in the same way. In the same way, we take the multiple requests from multiple requests. We say we call three API calls. Okay, we send up to the backend develop three API calls to the backend. That means we are calling the three APIs at the time. Okay, we are not waiting for the one
Okay.
API complete. We are not going second API. One second API not coming. We go third API. Not like that. Okay, we send API A API, B API, C API. Okay, so once A API is ready, we got one callback function. B API is ready, we back one callback function. Z is ready, we get a callback function. Okay, if the more number of API calls, then we have multiple callbacks will happen. So then at that time to handle the callbacks, which callback we need to take, which callback we need to take first, the confusion, that is called callback hell. Okay, that means multiple callbacks we are handling at a time. That is called the callback hell. Okay, so to avoid the callback hell problem, we introduce the concept promise. Promise is easily when it's ready, it will do. When it's not ready, it will not do. Simple. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
to to solve the problem of callback hell and to handle the multiple asynchronous requests, we are using the concept of promise. Okay, so wait to tell yes, it's ready, taken. It's not ready. It's not. You will not go. Okay, so just you need to wait for a resolve or reject. Okay, so promise is a in the promise is JavaScript object. It has that only two callback functions, either resolve two response only, either resolve or reject. Okay, so let's take either resolve or reject. Let me explain the promise in JavaScript first. Okay, then we'll go through. Okay. I'm going to JS I open JavaScript. See here how to write the promise in JavaScript. Okay. For example, promise, if you want to write the promise, we use a new promise. Okay. It has the two arguments, resolve and reject. Okay. So based on the condition, either we will do the resolve or we will do the reject.
Okay.
It's a promise, it's a array function, right?
Yeah.
So for example, let's say there is a condition OK. Let's say there is a variable OK. Variable is like let's say the variable is OK. This value is the true. Okay. Based on the OK value, if OK value is true, then I'll return the resolve. Okay. Then return the resolve method like success. Okay. Else I am rejecting like fail. So this just we create the promise. We are not running the promise. We just create the promise and storing in the one. Let's say we are storing in the one variable. Let's say like that something. Okay. Okay. Now create the promise. Okay. In promise we have the four states. Okay. Pending. Okay. Pending, success, pending, then catch, fulfill. Okay. Pending, then catch, fulfill. Mainly we are using the three callback methods. Once your promise is ready, still you will not get the response. For example, you call one API. Okay, that means what is the state of promise? It is the in progress. It's like
In
pending.
progress.
Okay. Once you got the response, if you need to do something, then you need to do once you got success response, then you need to call the then callback, THE and then callback. For example, if you get the error response, if you want to do, for example, you got the success. Once you got success, you want to do something, then you need to call the then callback. For example, you got the error, then you need to do something, then you use the error callback. Now call is finished. So for example, promise like for example, now let's get back to the kitchen concept. Okay, customer waiter taken order from the customer given to kitchen. What is the status of the promise? Waiter taken order from the customer and given to the kitchen. Okay, what is the status of the promise?
Status of the promise is in pending, like in progress, kind of.
Okay.
In,
Waiter, chef said, kitchen said, dosa is ready. Okay, what is that? Then what is the what callback we need to do?
we need to give it as a final. I mean, it's such a resolve.
Wow, I tell the only three callbacks. Then catch finally.
It's a fulfilled. I mean, final.
No. So if the chef says tell dosa is ready, is the promise fulfilled? What you need to
No.
do?
I think it's still in pending itself. Till those are received to the customer, it's in a pending state itself.
When
Once
the
the
chef is
customer receives
ready,
it,
when the chef said this is ready, that is the then status. You understand, right?
Okay.
That is then status. Until, for example, a customer order the dosa. Okay, waiter take the order, give in the kitchen. Okay, still dosa is not ready. Then the status is the in progress. Okay, chef says dosa is ready. Then status is the then. Okay, when it will fulfill, once the then complete, once see the dosa, what you need to do something. So once you receive the then, what you need to do, you need to serve the customer. Then finally, once the customer receive the other, then the status is the finally. Okay, like that. For example, if the API response, we call the API, still we did not get the response. Then the status is in progress. We got the response from the API. That is then the status is then. Once we got the response, we are showing the response in the view HTML in the view. Then is come after the view is complete. We need to say if we want to do something, then we need to use the final callback. For example, order then. If you want to do then if, for example, if you want to do something, then I need to print conjunct. Okay, for example, if it is the error, then I want to do that error. Then what is the method we need to call? I need to call catch. Okay.
Okay.
If all will complete it, okay, then finally, when we want to tell, say is completed like that. If you want to tell completed like that. I want to do tell like is completed like that. Okay. I want to come. Now tell me, if you run this one, what will the output? Anyone? First of all, what is promise written? Resolve, reject.
Yeah, it's only resolve and reject.
What it will written based on this condition? What is written now?
Resolve.
Resolve.
Resolve. So then what it will go to then catch or find. Which will, if it is resolve, which method it will go first?
It will go to
Final.
No, ready.
No.
It's written it's written something. Okay, that means
Success.
order is ready. Then first it will go to the then because it's success, right? It will go to first then. Either if it is a false, then it will go to the catch. Okay, but it is success. So first it will go to then and do something. Now the request finished. Then it will finally. Let's run. What will the output? Nothing output. See, you see success is completed. Okay, let's say for example, you understand, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Let's say for example it's a false. This is a false. Okay, actually now tell me what will be the output.
The
Catch.
output will be catch like failed and then
Is completed, right? Okay.
Okay.
Either then once the API call give the response, we have the two callbacks, either success, other fail, either then or catch based on the response. If the response give the error, then we need to call the catch. If the response success, then we need to call then. If you directly call the finally, it will not execute. Once the response is there, then you need to either do then or catch. Then only it will do. Okay. Okay. Now this is the promise. Now come to our concept, the React. Also in the React, if you want to call the API calls, we can use the either fetch or Axios. Okay. Both are the promises only. Promise calls only. So what is the fetch or Axios will do? Fetch is the inbuilt in JavaScript. So we don't need to install any particular library. So we call the API call. Okay, let's say for example I have an API call. Let's say I have this API call. So backend developer giving the API call, so it give the response. So I want to call this API call. I want to show the this images into my React application. That is our requirement. Let's say I will use the fetch first. Okay, I want to fetch only. Okay. Let's say we have the let's create the photos. I'm creating the photos. Otherwise I can call in the here. Okay, let me create the photos link React separate page, but we don't I'm creating separate page. Okay,
Okay.
separate component. Okay, photos.js. So same, like if you want to create the API call, just copying this one. I am going to the photos, right? What is the photos one? Okay, forget about the CS as of now. This is the photos. Okay, okay, okay. This is photos component. Let's send the component name. Okay, now create the we don't need the routing, but for understanding purpose, just creating the routing in separate page. Okay, let's create the routing. Okay, here I'm doing the route. You know, right? Routing concept.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I'm creating the photos. Okay, just I'm not using lazy loading, directly importing. Okay, let's give the link in the header section, the navigation, right? We have the nav in the navigation nav bar, right? In the nav bar I give in the photos. Just running, all running. It's running already. Okay, I think it's running. Okay, let's wait. So open the local host 3000. It's already this one, right? Let wait. Yeah, it's running. Wait. It's completed. We had photos, so we got photos component. Now in this photos component, I want to call this API. I want to show those photos. So for that one, when I want to call this API, tell me when I want to call that API. When I click the photos link, when the photos component is loading, first when the photos component loading, then only I want to call the API. So that means when I am calling that API, when I need to call that API, first time the product component loading. Okay, if you want to do something first time the component loading, what we will do? If you want to do something only the first time the component is loading, so what we will do generally? Where you write?
We can do conditional rendering, normal rendering itself.
For example, first time the component is loading, first time component rendering, you want to print hi, hello. What you will do? You put in the console hello. What you will do? If you want to do something, the first time component rendering, where you write? I already told this concept. We want to do something first time the component initialization. What we'll do? Where we write the code?
Visualization means
First
state,
time,
use state unit.
first time rendering.
First time
Um,
app component,
if you want to do
index.
let's me a question. You understand? If you want to do something first time the component rendering, what we'll do? So these are our topics. This topic we'll use. You know topics, right? Our topics, right? So these are our topics. If you want to do something first time rendering, what we'll do? Where we write the code?
Use effect.
Yes, we're using the use effect, and what we'll do? Use effect, we have three things: first time rendering, second time rendering, every time rendering.
Third time. Every
First
time,
time rendering, every time rendering, only particle rendering. I want first time rendering. If you want first time rendering, use effect need the second argument, not need, or empty array. What will do?
we can give an empty array. No need of giving
Right? So, right, Venkatesh?
as a yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we need to write a use effect. Okay, use effect. Second argument is the empty array, right?
Okay.
Let's say console log high. So let's be print. Let's be console. Let me run from the starting. Okay, first time standing. It is not showing the high because when I wait when the first time the first component rendering, then I want to print the high. So let's go to the photos component. I got high, right? So while loading the first time, so I want to show the I want to call the API and I want to get the data, and then I want to show. When I will show once I got data. When I want to get data, first time when the photos component rendering, there I want to call the API and get the data. Okay. For example, I don't have data. Let's say I have the let's say I don't have let's say I have the data photos. Okay. Layer photos data. I create the first state set photos data. What will use the state? So photos data means, for example, we need to, what is the response type here? What is how the response type here? The string or number, boolean, arrays, array of objects.
Object. Array of object.
Array of objects. That means array, right? So
Yes.
in the array. So here two things. So if we get the requirement, you got one ticket, like implement the showing the photos data. So then we create the subtasks. Generally, what will create the subtasks? Like first we need to create the structure. Next we need to integrate the API call. Okay. So how? Let's say we don't have the till backend developer API is not ready. For suppose the API call not ready. So we'll take the mock API data, right? Right. So this, let's say this is the mock API data. Okay, this is the mock API data. I putting in here. This much stuff I put in here, right? I have the mock data. I put here use state. Okay, I have data, right? We have data. Now I want to show the photos data as a grid format. So what we need to, I have data. What I need to do? I want to show the data in the one by one. So if you want to do one by one, what we will put? If you want to data one by one, what we will do?
If we wanted to do one by one, we can use a UL, a list of UL, and then we can use a like.
Yeah, and list of of items or div anything, right? Let's say
Yeah.
first we'll create the for mark UI. Okay, like let's say div photo one. So you need to fact this, then only photos one. Okay, photos two. First I'm just making the some CSS. Okay, class, this is the photos list, class name is the photos. So I don't have CSS, right? Let me create the CSS. Okay, you understand, right?
Yeah. We need to create new photos.css.
So here I want to get display. In display grid, every div I want to give a the flex, display flex. Okay, in that the photos list, every div I want to give some shape. I can div, I'm going the width 300, height 200. Okay, okay, border 1 pix solid red. Okay, I given like this. Okay, let's see what is how the output. We got it, photo 1, photo 2. I want the gap, so I give the gap here, gap 10 pixel or some 20 pixel. Gap is not, yeah, gap is coming. Okay, now I already have data, right? I already have data, this data, mark data. I want what you do, instead of the repeating what you need to do here, I need to iterate, right? If you want to iterate, what you will do?
Yes.
What will do?
Using for G
For not for I told you map, right? Photos data dot map, and here return div, like here item add photo. Okay, for let's say photo. The arrow function, right? Right? Okay.
Yes.
Save. What we got? Photo is a object. Every photo is a object. Like for every photo has the ID, other, width, height, URL. Okay. Let's say other. First display the other. Okay. That means photo dot other. Okay. I got other name. Okay. I want the URL, photo URL. Below that I want URL. So what I will do below this one, I put one more. Here we got one error because we are returning the two elements. So we must have one parent element. So either you can use the React. I told you React fragments for you class, no, right? Okay, let's put one parent element. So I am returning one div. The div has the two child elements. One is the other, one is the URL. Let's write the URL. Was that URL? We got URL, but I want what URL as the image, right? Here, see, everything is become the box. Instead for that one, what you will do is, for the parent, you are giving one class like list, less like item, okay? Photo item, okay? Sorry. So in CSS, I'm changing this div that photo item, okay? Now if see, I got other below the URL, but a URL I want to show as the image, right? So what I will do is now I need to put the image. Understand how to use the React in the image. The image as src, you need to give this one img src. We need to give this value, okay? And then closing tag. Photo.url, right? So what is the error here? Let's see what will happen. Photo is not getting. So what is the problem here? Yeah, we got a photo, right? Maybe photo is not there, okay? No, photo is there, huh? But redirecting, right?
Gotcha.
Okay. So what we will do is image. This is how you put the image, right? Huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think here src. Let's put the iframe, okay? Let's say iframe. Iframe is not like it. I'm doing anything wrong in image, right? Okay, this is the way how we, okay, images are not, we got the thing, right? Let's put the image like previously. So I'm putting like image only, okay? Image URL they're not given wrongly, so that's why I given the SRC, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Like image not come because they put the wrong image URL, okay? I have other image, okay? Now it's loading.
Okay.
I have the image. So let's say we're going to like this, right? So for fix that one, CSS. So CSS is text wrap, it's a wrap. What is the prop wrap? I think flex wrap. Inspect. Yeah, we got right. We got. Okay. So now we got out. We are implemented the. We have the mark data. We implemented the UV. Okay. But there is one error, and the one more thing is we don't have still data. We need to call the API and then only get the data. So now backend developer said API is ready. You can use. So what you will do is you just remove the mark data. Okay. Okay. So we need to call the API and then we need to set the data. Now see error is coming. Error will come. Actually, if you see error will come because data is not there. Okay. That's why error is coming. Generally error is showing because data is not there. So what we will do then? You need to write the condition rendering. Like when photo is data is there, then only I need to map. Okay. So if you see now error will gone. There is one more error. They are saying that I'm going to photos. Okay, error is gone, right? So we write the
Yes.
photos. Okay. Now I want to call the data from the API call. So for that I using the fetch method. Okay, fetch. So fetch is a JavaScript inbuilt function. So we don't need to call the we don't need to install anything. Okay, let's say fetch. Okay. Okay, fetch, and we need to give the URL. What is this? Is the URL. This is also promise. Okay. So let's put the data here. Let's see the data. Okay, our response. Okay, our response data. Let's respond it. Now tell me fetch returning the promise, right? So we can directly put the data here. It is
No, we need to write two parameters like resolve and
yeah.
failure.
No, it's a
I mean,
promise. We don't need to write the promise, resolve, reject. This is a promise. Let's say it's a promise. Promise is now how many callbacks we have?
3.
So now what is the promise status?
The promise is success. I mean, true.
Promise is the promise. I'm not asking promise response. What is the promise status now?
Impending.
In pending. Okay. So when we'll show you the data in the products, when we set the data here, when the promise is success, or when promise is ready, or when promise is success, or when promise is error, or when promise is finally. When we will show the data? When we will set the data here? This is the promise. We have the response. Okay. Now tell me the when will the show the data? When the promise is
Success after success.
Yes, yes, yes.
after success. So once after success means which callback we will use?
Success callback.
Callback.
What is success callback? In promise. What is function?
Resolve.
Promise how many callbacks we have?
Finally.
Then catch finally. Okay.
Finally.
Yes, yes.
So which now tell me which callback we need to use?
Finally.
Finally.
Once the call is got success,
See,
we
let's
need to use
think in
finally.
this way. Let's think in this way. Jeff said data is ready. Okay. Data is ready. Jeff said data is ready. Now what will callback will do?
Finally.
Jeff said this is ready. So then what will the
Yeah,
callback
that's
will
it.
do? Hmm?
Then
Then callback.
Yeah. Then
We need to
callback. Yeah.
thorough. We need to cache the data. We need to show the data in the display. After that, finally, okay. Response data. Then only we get the response. Let's print. Don't show the data. Let's print the console. Okay. After that, we'll set. Okay. But are you sure? Is always then? The response always then? Are you sure? No, right? Either
no.
is then or is a error also, right? So what
Yes,
we
yes.
will write the error also. That means catch. Okay.
Okay.
Finally, you need to tell data is ready. Something finally we need to tell console.log data ready something. Generally, finally we don't use. Sometimes if you want to log, like if you want some logs, like we got data, like data we got photos like this. Okay. why I write catch also, because I don't know is success or failed, I don't know, right? So I write the then catch finally. If the success is if the
Yes.
response is success, it take the then only, not take the catch. If the response is error, then it's take the catch only, not take the then, right? Okay, let's see. Going this one, going to inspect. Let's coming from the starting. Okay, I'm going to about us page. I'm going to about us page. Okay. Now I am going to the photos page. You see here, we got the photos. That means we got response. Response is 200. 200 means success. Okay.
Success.
Okay. Here what we need to do is we got the in the fetch. If we use the fetch, it will retrieve the complete response. But we need to convert our response into the JSON. Okay. So that way here here we need to use the response.json. After then rest.json. Okay. Now if you see, if you reload products, okay, and go on to photos. Now I got a promise. Okay. Then again I need to do the then fetch the fetch problem. Okay. That means again here I don't to do the response then I need to do the console.log. Any problem here? One more, huh? Okay. So sorry, let me show you the fetch method for you. Yeah, fetch is like this. Then and then. Two times we need to then. Okay, then and then again then, like this. Okay.
Okay.
Because first we got the response. Okay. And then do the then. Let's say the data. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me go to the again about us. Okay. I'm clicking the console and going to photos. So we got the JSON. Something is wrong here. JSON is function. Sorry. Okay. Now I go to about us. Okay. I'm going to photos. Again from here. Then what is the what see response that the result. We got the result. Okay. So here to show
Yeah.
response that result. If you show here, if we go to the network tab, okay, we get the list. In the list we got this one. Now we got the final response. I think here data that result something like this, response dot 0 URL. Now we need to set the data. Okay. So here instead of the response here console, I need to set the data, right? Where I need to set the photos data, right?
Yeah.
Any errors? Photos data is setting, but still something is wrong. Just a minute. Response.json we did right, and then we did the then right, and then we need to one by one we need to do. One by one we need to do. Again we need to loop here. So here fetch fetch is something complex. You understand? Fetch is something complex. We need to convert to the JSON, and we need to again convert to into the set the data. That is the problem. That's why in React, instead of the fetch, we use the Axios. Okay. So let's remove all the things. Okay. So to install the Axios, to use the Axios, we need to install the Axios library. Okay. Go to here, npm install Axios. npm Axios. Okay. Why some people ask the why instead of the fetch we use the Axios. Fetch we need to multiple time callbacks, and we need to convert the response in JSON, and then again we need to call to the then function. Instead of that, but in the Axios we directly call the JSON. Let me show you. Okay. Okay. Now instead of the fetch, I want to use the Axios here. Okay. Axios. Okay. I need to import this one. I imported. Okay. I need to import. Okay. Now write then catch response that they, let's say. So now I am writing the then catch. Here we just need the one then only, not the multiple then. Just control dot response. Okay. You understand? Only one then. Okay. Let's see. If it's success, it will give the print output. I'm clearing. I'm going to about us page. I'm going to photos page. It's calling API calling. Let me read it once again. I think it's now still running. Wait. Still running. Because just now we installed the Axios library, right? So that's why again it's taking time for starting the application. Okay. Now let me go to that one. Okay. Now going to control. Okay. Now I click the photos. I got data. See. I got data, right? Response dot data. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now what I need to set the data instead of control. I need to set the data. What I need to do? I need to set photos data. I need to put response for this tree complete, but in the response I need the data only. So I need to put response dot data. Okay. That means rest dot data. Okay. Let's see now. I'm going to about us. I'm going to photos. See what happens. Taking some time. That's it or what? We're getting the response dot data. You see, data is coming, right?
Yeah.
Data is
Yes,
displaying
yes.
directly from the API call now. So if you use the, we need to again JSON, we need to get the response, so we need to undo. So but here simply response from that which object we need to take, we take in that one. So data now is calling from the API. But if you observe what happened, for example, I'm going to about us, I'm going to photos. It's taking some time to load the data. Okay. What happened? Let's say for example, here console log dot completed. Let's say completed. Okay. Now tell me which will run the first here. What what is output?
First data, we got photos. Sorry.
We'll get first completed and then data and then we got photos. Because
Yeah, because this actually JavaScript React JavaScript go by line by line. It comes here.
Yes.
So we need to complete this one, after complete this one, after complete, then only finally come here. But here this promise is the asynchronous office, not one by one. You send the request. That means it will tell the kitchen chef, prepare the dosa. Either we need to wait for to complete of the dosa to go to other customer, or we will we need to directly go to other customer even dosa is not completed. We need to go other customer even dosa is not completed, right? That's why we go to other customer. That's why we got completed first. Once the dosa is ready, then it will print these things. Okay? Understand? Not understand? Hello? So let me share screen. People got screen? Hello? Hello?
hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can send us.
Yeah. So now tell me which will output completed, which will you print first?
First it will print out completed,
Yeah, because we're not waiting for
then
the
and then
yeah, because we're not waiting for the dosa is ready. While dosa is ready, I'm going to other customers. So it's going to this one. Okay. Once dosa is ready, I get a call back. I'll do the respective call back. Okay. Now it's fine. Okay. For example, if you see here, for once the install the photos loading, what happened is taking some time. So what I want to do before the loading the products, I want to show the loading. Okay, like loading. Okay. let's say there is a loading. When I want to show the loading, when the products data is not ready, okay, products data, sorry, photos data, okay, photos data is not ready, then I want to show the loading, right? So if you see here, they actually put this one top. This is good to understand, for better understand, put before this one. So what will happen if, for example, if we go into advertise, okay, if we go into photos, so before that it must be showing the loading, okay, which is coming very fast, right? That's why you not understand. So generally if you show here photos, it's showing the loader, okay. If you want to show the data, here photos, they're not photos data is there, but photos data length is 0, right? Okay, but below is photos data length is greater than 1, right? If people understanding?
Yeah.
So if photos data length equal to 0, then if photos get the length greater than 0, then only photos data I need to show. Okay, if I go to photos, about us, photos, see, you saw the loading. You observe the loading word, yeah?
Yeah.
You observe the loading word, right?
Yeah.
So this is the way how they show the loader. Okay, let's say the backend developer create the API call, but the API call you did the, so, let's say backend develop the API has some wrong, then it's returning the error. Okay, so then it must be called the catch. Let's suppose, for example, I have the other URL. By mistake you call that wrong URL. Okay, instead of the right URL you call the wrong URL. Okay, let's see what will happen. About us, photos, about us, photos. See, it's loading but showing the error. That means it getting the error, but we don't need to show the error. When we got the error, what we need to show? We need to show that like there is something wrong instead of showing the all error code. So let's see if we go the response here. Let's tell me now we got the error, right? Where it will go to then or catch? As final
Catch.
catch. So that's why go the control. We have the this one catch. If we still have the doubt, let's do one thing. Here I am writing like control log success is success. Then state I am just controlling success. Okay. Okay. In the catch I'm doing the fail. Just a printing fail. Okay. Now tell me it will be success or fail. We give the fail, right? It will print the fail. If we give the correct, it will print the success. If we um, let me load products and then we go into photos. Let me clear. Let me do load. So if you see here, I got the fail. Okay, not the success. That means it going to the catch callback. Let for example, I give in the correct URL. Let's say I give the correct URL. Okay. giving
Your
the
screen
correct,
is not sharing.
yeah, I shared again, giving the correct URL because okay. Then it not go to fail, it go to success. So see if we give the correct URL, if I into photos again, any wrong with it? Still is loading. Sorry, still is not loading. You still is showing the before you previous URL only. So if you give the correct URL, what is the control showing? Success. Okay, you understand, right? So if there is any error in API, it will go into the callback. Otherwise, going to the then one. If any error is there, it going to the catch. Is going to the.
If it's any, it will go
It will go into the then.
to then.
Where is it? Close this one now. Yeah. So I'm giving the wrong URL. It's going to the fail. Okay, catch. Okay, let me load again. I give the wrong URL. I got the fail. That means error. But the error is displaying. So what we will do? If any error is there, then I need to show that like error screen, like products are there is something error. So for that one, what I will do is I will maintain one state like error.
You're not sharing your screen.
Okay. You understand? So we need,
Yes.
if error is coming, some red color errors are displaying in the screen. Instead of that, if any error, I need to show something, there is something error like that. So when I'm waiting in the one state, okay, error, set error, okay. Let R is error, set is error, okay. Use state is the, let's say by default false. When it will be the true, it will be the true when the when the catch, right? So what I will do is I set the set is error true. That means if any catch, I am setting the error is the true. Okay. So here what I am doing is if error is there, if it's is error, I am telling that there is something wrong. Okay, if error is there, I am saying something is right. So if you see now, let me about a space, I am going to photos. Still what is still is I think still is not updated. Let me reload. Okay, still is staying right. If you close, okay, but something we did this, we save the code. If error catch is there, then we setting set is error is true. Okay. But it's going to catch, right? So see, you have been seeing, right? There is something wrong. You see here, there is something wrong, right? But we need to stop the loader also, right? So we need to stop the loader when we got the data. Okay. Now you understand how to maintain the errors. Okay. If you want to maintain the errors, you need to use the catch one. If there is those then you need to use the then. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the way how we using the access and fetch. Okay. This is the, well, let's say I have the products one, okay. There is one product, if people try products API, I build products API, okay. If people that the products API, the products
Okay.
API is this one, post API. Otherwise, I will give the products API. Otherwise, you try the post API. Create one post component like blog. Create a component called blog. Okay, in this component called blog component, call up this post API and show the data, title, description. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And so this is the get. If you want to post the data, how we need to post the data? That is the question. Tomorrow I will explain how to get how to post the data, how to set the headers, how to put the cross origin. Tomorrow I will explain. Okay. So if people understand the promise, access, okay, Which? Okay.
Mm.
Okay.